Hi friends, it's Joan at 10 Pentacles Tarot, and I am so excited today to be reviewing for you the Beloved Dead Oracle, an oracle for divining ancestral wisdom by Carrie and Tina Hardt. Now, I found this deck at a local metaphysical shop, and I had never seen it before. I'll be honest with you, I've always been interested in communicating with the afterlife and those in it, but I've never really done it before. I'm really leery of Ouija boards. I've not used one of those. And so this really appeals to me for some reason, and maybe you'll feel the same. So let's take a look at this. It's a solid magnetically sealed box. It's $35 in the US, printed by or published by the Red Wheel Weiser company. This is what the sides look like. And on the back, it says a hauntingly appealing divination deck. Your collective family of ancestor archetypes awaits you in the Beloved Dead Oracle. They will have a lot to say about your day-to-day interactions, interpersonal dynamics, and inner life. Ask the beloved dead a question and connect with consciousness that has left the land of form and now resides energetically as spirit. Every spirit in this deck is a bright star in the constellation that lights your soul's enchanted path to the unlimited potential that is the future. These are the voices of your protective and guiding ancestors, spirit helpers who understand that there's great work to be done every minute you spend on this side of the veil. So this is an 82 card deck with 144-page full color guidebook. And while we're at it, I also ordered, after I saw how much I liked this one, I ordered the Relative Tarot by Carrie as well. So I will review this one in an upcoming video. It'll probably be the next one I make after this. All right, so let's take a look. Love the box. This is what the inside looks like. Here is the guidebook, and we will look at the cards one by one. There's a nice insert there with a ribbon. I love the color scheme. It's very cool and oldish and looks really neat. All right, so this is a soft cover, matte finish guidebook. This is what the back looks like. Okay, so let's see. We got, this is a 2023 deck by Weiser Books, an imprint of Red Wheel. It says this book is dedicated with respect and deep compassion to anyone who has lost a loved one. It's one thing to believe that consciousness survives death. It's quite another to experience the complicated path forward without their physical presence. We hold space for one another. All right, so we have table of contents. What's in the box? Okay, so there's a spirit. I want to show you a couple of these. There's a spirit throne card, and this is the card that you, it's a staging card. It has its own purpose. It's meant to be used as a seat of honor, a sacred space within which to hold counsel. You can use the Spirit Throne card to call upon your ancestors, to invite them for conversations, to connect with a particular spirit, and as a beginning or ending card to open and close ritual work. All right, and then we have 10 Acts of Love cards, which are, they represent energetic transactions and choices that once made become your alchemy, turning baser instincts into gold. We have 69 Beloved Dead cards, and then one Ouija card. Now, this is really cool because the Ouija card, it says, we view this last card as the deck's wild card, and so it comes without interpretation. When the Ouija card appears in a reading, take it as a sign that a spirit is lingering just outside the cards in your reading, or perhaps that another question needs to be asked. So I thought that was really cool too. This is just so different. Okay, so it talks about the Beloved Dead cards. They're the esteemed family of radiant souls. How to begin attuning with the beloved dead. And let's see what else. And we have start with the Spirit Throne card, connecting and affirming, an invitation for conversation, calling all angels. Then there's an opening and closing, was sort of like a prayer. And then we have the Act of Love cards, and then each card has basically 1 page or less of description. There is a small color picture of the card there, which is very nice. I like this guidebook. It's very well done. And so each card has, these are the Acts of Love cards. Okay, so there's those. Then we have the Beloved Dead cards. And these are also, these are presented in alphabetical order. So we'll do a 1-card reading at the end to see how the book is written. Then we have the Ouija card. There's a cool poem there. And then we have Beloved Dead Oracle spread. So there's a general 3-card spread. And then gives an example of it, which is nice. The Evidential spread. The Beloved Dead spread. It's a big one. And the Pillar of Personal Power spread. I'd like to try some of these. Maybe if you let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see some of those, it would be great. Okay, so that's the guidebook. Now let's look at the cards. So again, we have this beautiful ribbon to pull the cards out, and that's what the inside of the box. I just love this box. It's so cool. But guys, I know you're gonna really like this part. Look at that metallic gold edging. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so the cards are pretty much glossy. They're glossy. And then but there's a tiny bit of texture. I don't think you can see it. Maybe you can. And this is what the back looks like. It's wings. So that's cool. It's reversible. I didn't see anything like reverse meanings in there. And these are probably medium weight. Medium weight cardstock. All right, so let's take a look. So we have the Spirit Throne. Again, we talked about that one. And then we start with the Act of Love cards. So we have As Is, Act of Love, Be You, Do Nothing, Forgiveness and Faith, Here and Now, Objectivity, Observation, Self-Care, Self-Preservation, Yes or No. That is Punch and Judy, the puppets look. Huh. Absent. Okay, and then we start. Those were the Acts of Love cards. And then we have just the Beloved Dead card. So these are, and I believe these are photographs from Carrie Paris's web page, or it may be a group, a personal group, but people sent in pictures of ancestors. So I think that's where these images came from, which I think is like super cool. Okay, absence, academic, addiction, ancestry. And each card has a border. It's sort of it is that mottled brownish sepia color border. And then at the bottom is the title of the card in white. There's a tiny blue pinstripe around each image. So we got ancestry, appearance, arcana, attention, backstory, body, bohemian, change, chicken, communication, compass, competition, conflict, conscientious, creativity, defense. Now, of course, the artist added and used more collaged these photographs that she got. Drama, driver, entertainment, evermore, expectation, explorer, grave, hardship, haunted, home, hospitality, important, innocent, invisible, justice, kindred, labor, leadership, limelight, location, love, martyr, messenger, optimism. And there's the Ouija card. Remember, that's the wild card. Peace, perception, perfection, personality, play, player, privilege, promise, prophecy, purpose, religion, remember, service, shine, snake, sovereign, survive, teacher, things, time, tribe, vanity, visitation, wholesome, wise guy, and witch. All right, so those are all the cards. There are a lot of them. Let's see how they shuffle. Well, they're a little bit long for my short fingers, but I feel like, well, and I just did them. Oh, no, I really mixed them up. No. That's definitely user error. All right, let's... Okay, sorry about that. All right. I feel like someone with longer fingers would be able to easily shuffle them. They don't. Now, sometimes when you get this edging, like when I first went through the deck one by one, a couple of the cards did stick together. And I think that's kind of normal with this edging. So just one way you can do it is just sort of bend your deck like this. That will loosen up the edges. All right, so let's choose let Spirit choose a card for us so that I can read the meaning in the book. Okay, so, and this may be a message for you. This card is called Change, and it is one of the beloved dead cards. So let's look that up. Okay, here we go. Let me show you that closer. Change. All right, this is what it says. It says, nobody wakes up, stretches their arms into the air while yawning, and says, bring on something unpredictable and unwanted with the potential to disrupt the very foundation on which my life is based. Of course, no one says that. Mostly, we want a steaming cup of status quo, something known, manageable, and easy on our nerves and gray matter, and not the battering and impudent winds of change, at least not today. Despite our incredible reservoirs of ingenuity and resilience, we're all creatures of habit, and yet change is constant. It greets us in every waking moment. The rain melts the snow, and the winds dry the earth. Buds in the blink of an eye unfurl into a verdant landscape. We follow the natural cycles of birth, growth, and death to sow, nurture, then reap, celebrating the harvest before resting with the fallow field. Change always ushers in a positive, necessary, or organizing energy. If you receive change, it indicates a turning of the tides. What is becomes what was. Your response will activate the process of will be until it is again. This sequence of events may be experienced as the best thing ever or as unsettling, opening old wounds caused by upheaval and impermanence. In any case, this oracle likens the experience to a revolving wheel. Resisting change is like clutching the spokes, an act of control and desperation that will take you down into a vortex of unstable momentum. Ground yourself in reality, in the hub of the wheel, and allow it to circle around you. An attitude of acceptance helps you to work in harmony with this external force. The beloved dead of change whispers, "This too will pass." And then here is a quote by Dr. Eric Berne. The destiny of every human being is decided by what goes on inside his skull when confronted by what goes on outside his skull. Ah, that's true. All right, so that was interesting. I really like the way this book is written. Let's see. Do you know, let's pick an act of love card. And look, I pulled one right there, so that's meant to be. Let's do an act of love card. Forgiveness and faith. All right, so let's check that out. An act of love. I feel like there's a message for you here if you're reading this. So, forgiveness and faith. Okay, here's what it says. You have no control over someone else's heart or choices, nor the universe's way of meting out justice. No matter how badly someone has behaved, all you can do is change your reaction to this experience. You deserve to move on. Perhaps you're being asked to forgive yourself for something and to finally allow yourself to evolve from this holding pattern. Hanging on to righteous anger, sorrow, guilt, shame, hate, resentment, regrets, or fantasies of vengeance only keep you attached, corded, or beholden to a wrongdoing. If you're feeling the injustice of someone's harsh judgment, remember that it only has power if it's piggybacking off pre-existing self-doubt and self-judgment, either conscious or unconscious. We all have a yikes diary, an almost filmic chronicle of mistakes and misadventures. The act of forgiveness and faith says this: toss it into the fire. Be thankful for the inherent wisdom of your life lessons. Forgive yourself so you can direct your beautiful energy to where it belongs, self-acceptance and new beginnings. The act of forgiveness and faith helps you liberate energetically and find peace. If you're unable to forgive, it's okay. In this event, turn to an act of faith. Send prayers or petition the universe for help and guidance. Relinquishing control of a burden by petitioning a higher power can help release you from these life-frittering attachments. Faith gives you back the long game. All right, and that is the act of love card. All right, friends, I am so excited about this deck. I think it is one of the coolest ones I have seen in quite a long time. Again, this is the Beloved Dead Oracle by Carrie Paris with art by Tina Hardt. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, no, they're both writers. Let's see. Okay, I guess this was... It says, Carrie Harris is known for a lengthy list of achievements as well as prolific creative and spiritual gifts. Okay, so these two ladies created this deck together, and this guidebook is really good. I started reading it the other day. It's super interesting. So that, my friends, is my review of the Beloved Dead Oracle for Divining Ancestral Wisdom, again by Carrie Paris and Tina Hardt, and published by Weiser Books in 2023. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so. It's completely free for you and it helps me out a whole lot. I want to thank you for being with me today. I appreciate you so much more than you'll ever know. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is where you are, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.